Mm, that's some good stuff right there. Whew. Love dandelion tea. This, friends, is going to be a very interesting video. This is the very first time I've ever filmed inside of the teepee. In fact, any kind of structure. The reason I'm doing this is because at any minute it's either going to snow, sleet, rain. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So I said, you know what? Instead of setting everything up outside and doing it, let's just do it in the teepee. This should be interesting. Let's get started. Howdy ho, friends. Welcome to another episode of, you guessed it, Cooking with Bob. A friend of mine gave me this recipe for fried cinnamon apples, and I have got to try it out. We're using the Sierra Dragon stove as our main cook source here. And let's get started with here. I've got several apples I grabbed. I don't know how ripe they are. To cook this recipe, you should use very fresh apples, and these have been sitting on the shelf for a little bit, so I don't know what's going to happen. The first thing we need to do, though, is before we start cutting into those, is we're going to start heating our butter up. We're going to need two, and I mean 2 sticks of real butter. So we're going to drop these in the pan and start melting those down. And then we'll add the other ingredients here shortly. And plop. And let's go ahead and keep that on there. There we go. The hotter, oh wow, it's melting pretty quick. We might have to put this on a low setting real quick. There we go. Let's just turn that turbo down just a notch. We do not want to bring our butter up to a boil. That would be very bad. Somewhere I have a trash can set up. There we go. Here's our trash can. And now that I've got butter all over my hands, we need to get that off. That's where these little guys come in so handy. The little wet ones. I know it's a little overkill to put in my pack, but they do come in handy. Okay. It's melting a lot faster than I thought. We're going to go ahead and turn that off for a minute. Let it slowly melt. Now, on our apples, we're going to go ahead and cut those out, or cut those up into little wedges, basically. I don't have an apple corer with me, so let's take a look at the apple. Yeah, I think we're still good. We're basically safely going to cut. Well, that was a mouthful, basically safely. Anyway, we're going to attempt to cut around the core so we don't get any in there. Well, I can't even talk today. All right, we got it. There's a seeds right there. So we're good in that department. Now these I'm going to throw out for the deer a little bit later on. They're going to love eating this stuff, so there will be no waste. Now we're just going to cut these down into wedges, like so. And we're going to do the same with this one. How's our butter doing? Oh yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. Now the thicker the wedge, the longer the cook time will be. And cut this one down. Heck, I've got enough left over here for several different people. Huh. Look at that. I still got 3 more freaking apples. Alright, how's our butter doing? That might be overkill on the butter, friends. You know what? I'm going to pull one of those out of there and save it for later. We'll put it in our tin foil here. Yeah, we do not need that much butter. Since it's already freaking cold out, I'm not too worried about it going bad. Alright, there we go. Look at all that butter. Just melt it down a little bit more. Now, here is going to be our ingredients. We have brown sugar, organic cinnamon, which I told it tastes the best. And then I went and she gave me a secret ingredient. No, it's not one of those ingredients you have to get somewhere safe to have. Anyway, That's better. Basically, this is a pumpkin spice. One of the other items I'm supposed to add in there was going to be ginger, and at the time I didn't have any at home, and I didn't feel like going into town and getting any. So basically, we're going to sprinkle that in there. Try not to make a freaking mess. To do a pinch of the brown sugar. And honestly, I don't think we're going to need any cinnamon because there's quite a bit of cinnamon in that pumpkin spice mix. Sprinkle our brown sugar in. Huh. I can hear the wind picking up outside. I sure hope that's not something coming in. Honestly, guys, I don't think we're going to need the cinnamon. That pumpkin spice had quite a bit in it. I'm going to... a little more, what the heck. Alright, so we got that in there. Now we're going to heat this up and stir the ingredients. And I can't remember the last time I washed my spoon. That's not good. Yeah, let's clean it off real quick. There we go. We're going to mix all that together. Until we get a consistency that basically looks like that. Oh, well, that's a freaking riverboat. I'll be darned. Huh. Alright. Now, we're going to bring this up to a little bit of a bubble. I don't think we need this blade anymore. Oh, it's freaking huge. Unfortunately, I do not have a camera pointed that direction. Oh well. Now, once we get this nice and warm, which is only going to take a couple minutes, and I'm going to keep stirring the ingredients in. I think we're going to have to put a couple more pieces of wood on top. There we go. Oh wow, you can already smell the cinnamon and butter starting to join together. That smells pretty good. Alright. Now we get to start, we're going to wait for a couple seconds and have that come up to a nice little sizzle. And in the meanwhile, let's guys take a look at the riverboat passing by. Gotta admit, that was pretty freaking cool. Okay, yes, it is a little smoky in here. Have no fear. I'm not going to die of it. What has happened is I'm not getting enough airflow from underneath the teepee to the top to get all the smoke out. Normally, when you set a teepee up, you want to have like 5 to 6 inches on the sides, and then you put a skirt in, which creates the airflow, which makes the smoke go right out the top. But that's going to clear up as soon as this last piece of wood gets started here. Alright, so we've already got our butter starting to heat up quite nicely here. And I want to get it a little bit more of a sizzle than a bubble than anything. Yep, it's getting there. I think our stove is a little on the crooked side. No worries. We'll just remaneuver some of the wedges. Like that. Alright, we're going to keep an eye on that so we don't have any accidents. Okay, we got a hot spot already. There we go. Oh, that's so good. I put a little brown sugar in my dandelion tea. And, ooh, it tastes really good. All right, so we're getting up to a nice bubble here, as you can see. See it's starting to bubble. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put in our apple wedges and spread them out. Oh, that is a nice bubble. We're going to cut down the turbo just a notch, like so. That one comes complete with its own leaf. Very nice. Okay, so you can get about 1 apple in my frying pan. Did not know that until just now. Ooh. Now, basically, we are going to cook these little guys. I'm not 100% on the cook time here, so we're just going to keep it going until they look like they've been fried, basically. I'm going to be honest with you, I think they are done. They've got a nice brown texture to them. Let's turn that off real quick. If you can see right there, look at that. And we've been at it probably 9 minutes, and I didn't let it get too hot, so I didn't want to burn anything. Man, those look, oh my God, those look good. You know, yeah, I guess it'll be all right. I tell you what, ooh, not a good idea. All right, so we're going to do a taste test of the fried apples. Oh, they're so tender. Very tender. Great color. All right. Very hot. Extremely warm. Y'all knew I was going to do that. Alright. Probably should let them cool. Oh, they're so easy to cut into. Alright, let's take a taste test again. Let that cool off. I can taste the cinnamon. And definitely the butter's got a good, adds an excellent flavor to it. Those are good. Those are really good. It's kind of like an apple pie. Okay. I need to quit doing that. We need to let those cool down before I eat them anymore. All right, friends, there you go. We've made fried apples. It was freaking awesome. Easy to do. I've got enough ingredients left over to make more. If you made this recipe or had anything close to what I've just created, let me know down in the comment sections. I'd like to read about it. Maybe even give them a try out. Speaking of that, comments are more than welcome. Heads up, it does take me a little while to answer them, especially now. I'm smack dab in the middle of my busy season, and it won't slow down until after, I think, January sometime. Whew. I need more. Like always, friends, thanks for watching. Oh, it's so good. I'm not even kidding. It's so hot.